Hey guys, Potates here. So I'm back with another build video. This one is the Necromancer build. It's all about raising the dead and controlling as many supercharged minions as you can. You lead by example, as every kill you get has a chance of raising the enemy back as a zombie soldier in your army. These minions refuse to die, taking extreme amounts of damage. On stream, we were ambushed by 4 captains, one of which was a legendary machine, and yet they all had trouble taking on just 3 of my soldiers who tanked them all. If you enjoy having ample bodies fighting with you, then this build is for you. So before we start, just a disclosure, this video doesn't have any story spoilers, but if you're scared about minor spoilers, give this video a miss or avoid the chat completely. Enjoy!
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
We have the full Necromancer set. Now this build revolves around raising and dominating troops. So, what you need is to get to a certain stage of the game. I'm not going to spoil that, but you need to get to end game. And you need to unlock the Wraith armor set. And you need to have the Wraith weapon, which lets you 25% chance bring back a grunt from the dead if you kill it with a melee attack. You need the dagger, which I just showed off before. If you do some dagger shenanigans, there's a 50% chance that you'll resurrect those as allies. Then you need the mystic bow. Now this is basically just there so you can get the set bonus from dominated grunts, take 50% less damage, which works with all of your raised grunts. Okay, and then you need another mystic set, the chest piece. It reduces call followers cooldown by 25%, but the main thing is dominated grunts will take 50% less damage right now. So immediately anything that you raise or anything you dominate will take much less damage, and you can raise and dominate with these 2 items as well. Then you want to move over to the cloak. You want to get the 3rd piece of your Wraith armor, which will also make it so when you use the Wraith's dead ability, which is bound to the T key, your everyone around you will flee if they don't get dominated. Undead allies will also take 65% less damage. Now that stacks not additively with the mystic set, so it won't be 50 plus 65. They're not going to take 100% less damage. But it does stack. Then you have the final piece, which is the most important of the Wraith set, is the ring. Isildur's ring increases the raised dead radius, which is always good, but the main thing is your followers deal 65% more damage, which is a lot. Okay, the 4 set bonus really isn't that amazing. It's just health when undead followers die, but they're going to be so damn tanky that they're not going to die. Okay, now in terms of gems, I prefer using lifesteal, because if you were to use a flurry, for example, you can get around 20% of your max health back just from doing that. You can always use a more damage with it if you really want to. 30% more damage is great. So if you're not worried about life, then put damage on that. So I've got damage on my dagger as well. I don't need life from that. That's more of a let's make sure we kill things in one shot kind of thing. Okay, and then we have more damage on the bow, because usually when you stop time, you're not doing that to get health back. You don't swing your bow as much as you do the sword. The sword's unlimited. You're going to get an unlimited amount of swinging with your sword, so you use that to get health back. You use these to do a bit of damage. Then in terms of gems for your armor sets, you 100% want to use life. Okay? And for the final one, for your ring, or your followers receive less damage, or your followers do more damage, realistically. And this is for recruitment, so you ignore that. Once again, it's just the warrior or the life gem that you need to worry about. So I guess the choice is there how you want to build it. Do you want to do more damage, or do you want to take less damage? So those are the items. In terms of skills, let's start from the start. So you need execution. Let's just assume you're at end game and you need to choose what upgrades you should get. This really doesn't matter at all. I keep it on Grim Resolve so I don't lose might when I get hit by weaker attacks. You want to get Perfect Counter and Fatal Counter. Fatal Counter just means you clear out the rabble a little more quickly, then you can use your ability to raise them from the dead much more quickly. So that's a good ability to get. Critical Strike I put with Reprisal, so when your health gets lower you start dealing more critical strikes. You can just go for Elven Precision or Unstoppable, both of these are good. You don't really need to choose between those. Ground Finisher, and I use Ground Drain. That means it's an easy way to get another follower. More followers is better for the build. Brutal Aggression, Ceaseless Might. You want Ceaseless Might so you can use your might spending moves more often. And that's simple. I'm using Vengeful Drain. If I get knocked down, I get another follower and get some health back. Don't really see me ever using extra last chance attempts on normal difficulty. Alright. Elven Agility, I just use Silent Runner. That doesn't really matter. You can choose any of those. Brutalize and Unyielding Ferocity. You definitely want more might. That's why I use that. You don't really need to use the flee mechanics. There's no point. You want more grunts around you. More grunts around you means more corpses. More corpses means more bodies to raise. So you don't really want to send them fleeing. Okay, Poison Tendril. I just use Proximity Trigger. It means when someone walks past, it's going to activate and cause some shenanigans. But any of those are fine. Okay, Wraith Chain. I'm using Shadow Blade. So it consumes no focus for the first one. You can get off multiples. I never seem to use stealth against beasts, so I don't ever use that. But I mean, if you're finding yourself doing it, then use it. But I really think Shadow Blade is better in most situations. Then we have Deadly Spectre. Now, Deadly Spectre, I probably should use more. But I use Spirit Drain with it, so your Spectre will, once again, brand an uruk for you. Just to reiterate, you have to have Domination on. Domination is needed for this build, so make sure you equip Domination. Anyway, back to it. Death Threat, this is all nothing to do with the build. You can put on whatever you need. I usually have Worse Than Death just for the chance that you create a Dangerous Maniac, which will be a legendary. Most of the time anyway. Now, Detonate. Detonate doesn't really matter either. It's all personal choice. I use Bursting Arrow so I don't need to be at the pit to deal damage. However, getting Spider Song is just as good. Does a bit of poison damage. If they're weak to beasts, Matron's Scent or Matron's Scent is just as good. Freeze Pin, I use Savage Ice so I can pin beasts and Ologs. However, Brutal Cold you shouldn't pick up for this build. Once again, it sends them running. There's no point doing that. Deep Freeze is also another great one. Having an enemy frozen for a long time puts him out of the fight, which makes it a lot easier for you to get kills around him and then focus on them later. But I use Savage Ice just because there's Olog captains that I want to pin to the ground. So that's the better one. Now, Bird of Prey, get Talon Strike. Fairly simple. Talon Strike lets you fast travel around very quickly. Lets you get into fights very quickly. It's just a good skill. Mighty Shot, I use Venom because I have the Dark set on, but all of these are fine. Depending on what people are weak to. Pick up whatever you need for that. Freezing Blast is good if you want to continue the flurry with Ice Storm. Shadow Strike pull is the best. If you want to isolate captains, if you want to pull them into a trap that you've set up with Proximity Trigger, it's a good all-around good ability. Once you unlock Shadow Dominate though, it's good to use this to bring those uruk to your side, obviously. Pick this up, swap between them when you need them. So I will swap between them when I want to pull someone to high ground, but otherwise I'll have Shadow Dominate activated. And then jump on the high ground, then switch back out. So you need both of those, I'd say. Anyway, Brace of Daggers, personal choice. If you have a lot of critical stuff, which you probably don't, get Serrated Edge. Otherwise, Rain of Blades is better. You launch out 5 daggers. You do a lot of damage up close. It's a better choice. Swift Barrage is okay if you want to lock down one guy and spam. Elven Light, it's between Cleansing Blaze and Poison Blast in this case. Poison Blast goes through shields, so if you're looking at taking out defenders, this one's probably a bit better. Cleansing Blaze is good if they're weak against fire. Now, you can put this to Firestorm and you can put this to Poison Blast, and you can get off both because of Ceaseless Might when you have max might, and you can create Balefire. That's always an option, but once again, these are personal choice, not really needed for the build. Now, Ice Storm is an amazing skill. I rate it one of the best skills in the game. You want to get this very quickly. Shower of Ice is a great ability because you can freeze everything. I haven't been using it because I prefer to do a critical strike at the end of the flurry for a bit more damage against solo targets. Shattering Blow, stay away from. Shattering Blow is good when you're leveling because you can fear things, but once you got this build and once you got the items, stick to Shower of Ice or stick to Frostbite, depending on what you want. This is single target, this is multi-target. If you're having trouble with single target, go for that. Multi-target, go for Shower of Ice. Consume, another great ability. You've seen me use that a lot on stream. I use it to instantly brand people. Since this build is all about branding, you want Chain of Souls. You can chain brand, like so, like I used just before, and you can dominate multiple grunts and then end on the captain and dominate him as well. Working against Ologs is also pretty cool, but it still works against Olog captains, so you don't really need this. Now, Treasure Hunter, this is yet again personal choice. Domination speed people usually prefer. However, I've got Prospector on because I wanted to get more high quality gems. Now, with Raise the Dead, you want Undying your loyalty if you're raising captains, and you can't raise them out in the world. You raise them in the army map like we've shown. However, swap these in and out based on who you think you're going to resurrect. So if there's a beast around that's dead, put this in, and you can raise Caragors and Ghouls to help fight for you. If there's an Olog that died, then put this on. But this is hot swapping. You need to hot swap between what's good at the time. Okay? Now, in terms of mounted, Beastal Rage means you can spam Howl and call many beasts to help you out. More followers the better, right? Restoring more health isn't really that needed. So Beastal Rage is the way to go, because you can just keep howling and keep damaging your own beast and then jump on the next beast and keep howling. It's a good ability. Graug Rider, you want him to be able to build up might faster because he can heal up faster if he uses his might. So Graug Executions restore more health, doesn't really matter since you'll be getting might faster and restoring health anyway. Call Mount, you want to swap between all of these. Realistically, Die Caragor isn't as good as Graug, but it is faster, it is more agile. You might prefer it. Dragon Song and Graug Calls are usually the one you're swapping between. Graugs are tougher than Dragons. Dragons take a lot of damage. So you use this if you want to sit up on high ground, just dish out the damage before he dies. Graugs is for getting in there and disrupting everyone. Shadow Mount, Caragor Breaker's better in almost all cases because you can insta-brand a Caragor. It doesn't need to be broken. Caragor Pack is interesting, but it's very select situations, so I'll swap them in and out usually. Dragon Rider, 100% take less damage from attacks. Dragons are weak as hell, like really, 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 really weak. They take far too little damage, so you need this to make them viable. Don't worry too much about this. The last thing you want to do is sacrifice health on your Drake, because he has none. Anyway, core is Domination. You need Domination because the build works with this. All of your branding tools like Consume, like Ground Drain, like Vengeful Drain, all of those need Domination. So you can turn them to your side. Then they'll get all the lovely benefits of your gear, like less damage and doing more damage. Spectral Glaive, the best Spectral Glaive is Deadly Striker. You double charge it and you can go nuts, like he's doing in that picture there. You can slash up groups of enemies. I don't really use it that much. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. But that's the best one. Now, Ring Wraith. This is the ability that gets replaced, or that replaces Elven Rage. Now, Elven Rage is not as good as this ability because this raises the dead for you after. So it works very well with your gear. You want them to have poison weapons because poison is the best. I've done a lot of testing. Fire is decent. Does more initial damage, but does less overall compared to poison. Poison does the most damage over time. It also causes them to vomit. Vomiting uruk sometimes spread the poison and also get stunned. You can see there that guy's vomiting in the corner. Cursed is good against human players, but you're not versing human players, you're versing other uruk. So, stick with poison. Okay, then we've got Shadow Strider. If you use anything else other than this ability, there's something wrong with you. I'm just saying. This is the best ability you can get. Yeah, you can get, you know, ability to flash past them, but that uses focus, so why would you bother? Focus is so important. Eagle's Eerie. This is good for some shenanigans, if you want to fast travel around and look fancy doing some Legolas stuff in the Legolas build, but overall, you use this all the time. It combos with Ice Storm. So you flip over them, you freeze them, and then you just Ice Storm them from the back. Get this in every build. This is just ridiculously good. Anyway, Call Followers. You want to usually use Iron Mount for this, Iron Guard, sorry, not Iron Mount. Iron Guard for this build. It'll summon in a Savage, a Defender, and a Hunter, I believe. And they will all be incredibly tough. You saw it at the start. I summoned one group of these, and they were taking on 3 captains and not dying. So, they're really good. Then you have Dominate Captain. I have Enrage Followers. Lets me enrage nearby friendly captains just by using my Wraith. There's other ones like healing them and destroying them, but you don't want to fear anyone. It seems like a massive price to pay just to send some guys running. Enraging Followers or healing. So one of those two. Definitely do not use that. Okay? So that's all the skills. And once again, those are all the items. Okay? And now let's just go try it out. To stealth kill as much as you can. Because of that. Now he is my faithful follower. Okay. Hastal Frenzy. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's...
It seems the city of men is back in your hands. But are you still a man? That is the question.
The answer is no. Okay. Okay, let's kill some more. Uruk. There we go. Okay, let's show you the build now. It's all about raising those dead. Ooh. So, let's raise a few more. There we go. No mercy for the Drake. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Come back here. Okay. It's ours now. So those guys are having fun down there without me. And I can just do this. See how easy it is just to screw around on a Drake like this when he has a bit more health. And there he goes. Luke the Lyric one. Didn't even need to show the build off there. Okay, we're starting to capture this point now. Let's take out some guys. Start getting some minions. And then, there we go. Raise the dead. Get some minions. See how fast that dragon died. Did not even need to get involved. I'm capturing this point very easily. There we go. Chess piece is the Mystic Set chess piece.
Think you have a chance of taking this fort because you scored a few small victories? You still have a long way to go. But I'm going to shorten it for you significantly.
I'm going to shorten it for you.
I'm drooling!
Alright. Let's just get on the point. Start doing some damage. Get our guys in here. Blow it up. More death, the better. And start resurrecting troops. Capturing points. And then we've got it. So now I just need to capture the point. More troops down. There we go. Very easy. I have a huge army of followers. Get out of here. I don't want to fight you just yet. Capture D. Is already ready to be captured. That makes it easy. Let's just walk over there and capture it then. Bonk. Alright, everyone to point C now. Berserkers, huh? Looks like I like to something. Rage by acrobatics. Well, that's the only way to kill one of these guys. Alright, whatever. Let's get out of here before we get caught by the bad camera. Alright, on the point. Capture. There we go. Nice and easy. Ooh, goal. You are mine. I am honored to be chosen. Okay. Wonder what these guys are gonna do now. Pull up walls. It's interesting just to watch, isn't it? Oh shit! I'm timed, aren't I? I probably should go for the gold. I'm kind of screwing around though. Okay. Here we go. Capture. No, you need to come in and capture it.
I'll guard you.
Okay. Another guy. On Team Potatoes. Okay, fine. I'll just shame you then. Probably should have chosen to join me, buddy. I guess that's why they call him the Trusted.
I can feel it.
Fair enough. Right, let's make our way up. Okay. Let's take out a few troops while we're here. And then we'll activate our ability. Okay. Off with your ahead. Okay, let's jump off. Let's do some of this. Oh, that didn't work. Huh. Need to do it again then. Okay. Northman.
After I cut you down, I'm gonna feed your carcass to my warriors.
On a wooden door, what could possibly go wrong? I completely agree. Okay, let's make some more troops. And 3 to capture. Perfect. Okay, we just need to defeat the war chiefs. Which, will not be hard. Recruit.
I am yours.
Okay, get out of here. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, that's true. I don't even know what this overlord's like. Haven't even looked at him yet. Probably should have.
So, the little Tark has managed to make it to my throne room. If it's a fight you're looking for, it's a fight you'll get.
Ugh, why does it
Just
have to be a
remember,
berserker?
You wanted this.
Why does it have to be a berserker? Beast fodder, fear of pinning. Alright. Oh wow, he's not immune to range?
I was going to say the same thing to you.
Okay. Okay.
One mistake and he's on you.
Okay. Okay. There we go. A little bit of that. Now what we do is get up onto high ground. Okay. And now we do this character. Shadow Strike pull. And now he's all alone. No one to save him. And that is it. Easy peasy. And that's how we get a gold on a very easy fortress assault. That wasn't a very hard one though, guys. Killing in Wraith mode. No. Crap Spackle's fortress captured. Wow. And that's it, guys. That's it for the stream today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow with another stream. And I will be releasing content very soon. Make sure to join the Discord that we have in the description there. I will be keeping people up to date with when I stream and what we're doing on the Discord. Also, it's just a fantastic community. We have over 1,000 people on there. We talk all the time. It's all the fun. If you want to keep talking to me, just join that. Also have a competition going. 5 free Shadow of War copies. You just have to tune in on every Saturday for the next 4 weeks. So this Saturday coming up, the 4th, to see who the winner is. How to enter is in the description below and also on my channel. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. I appreciate everyone tuning in and talking so much. Sorry if I can't get to all your questions. It's quite busy in the chat, but thanks a lot. I'll be in Discord if you want to keep chatting. Catch you later, guys.